Hello Gemini, my name is Agatha and this is the Astrology and Tarot forecast for the month of February 2018. This is a very general reading. If you like a private consultation, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com and I'd be delighted to work with you. This month I'm going to use the Druid Craft Tarot deck, this lovely thing, beautiful. And we are going to start with the astrology forecast for the month of February 2018. During February, we have a solar eclipse at 27 degrees of Aquarius. And this solar eclipses are something that are new. However, the solar eclipse is going to be more or less conjunct, not totally conjunct, but near the South Node. The South Node is something that lives our lives. In your case, Gemini, this solar eclipse in Aquarius is connected, is going to happen in your ninth house. Ninth house is the house connected with beliefs in philosophy of life, in spirituality, in religion, also higher knowledge. You know, when you go to college, the ninth house is connected with university studies, with higher knowledge studies, also connected with abroad. It's like you will have to leave some of your old values behind, the way you used to think, the way you used to view life. There's like an old philosophy of life which you are abandoning in order for you to embrace a new way of viewing things, a new vision of life. You are developing a new way of looking at life, which is much more, I want to say, rational and logical, I would say. So for some of you it's that, for others it's literally going back to college. Others it could be for the first time, or maybe, you know, you go back in order to finish up a college degree that you didn't finish. I mean, maybe you had to leave, let's say, around August 2017, because this eclipse connects with the eclipse that happened in August 2017 in Leo. So maybe you had to abandon school, I don't know, in August, in your college course, your university studies, but you're going to go back now. Maybe you didn't have enough money, you know, could be that. Or it could be you are changing majors, you are changing what you study, because maybe what you study in college no longer makes any type of sense to you and you want to study something new. For others, it could be you go to you go abroad. You're going to live abroad, you know, for college, for work, for whatever, or for fun even. Or it's the other way around. You've been living, Gemini, abroad for a while, so you decide, you know, it's time for me to come back. I don't know, to your house, to your home, to your country. This could also be something connected with online, you know, something which you find on the internet. This could be a forum, for instance, and something new that completely opens your eyes, and you will develop a new way of seeing the world, because you found something which is, you know, eye-opening in that regard, somewhere on the internet. I really don't know what it is. This could also be leaving your religion behind, not going back to church, not going back to temple or whatever, and trying, at least adopting a more rational and logical point of view, just relying more on science, Gemini. Others, it could be that you have like some sort of interest in astrology and tarot. You decide to start a course connected with that, you know, a certification course connected with astrology or tarot or Reiki or whatever, something like that. So this is the part connected with astrology. Now, Gemini, I'm going to go to the tarot reading. So the first card is your biggest priority in the month of February 2018. Your biggest priority is to leave old values behind, leave old beliefs behind that kept you stuck, and advance in a new way of believing. And you're going to go forth and, you know, embrace a new spiritual vision in your life. You feel the need of leaving something behind, something that makes no sense to you anymore. You're going to leave it behind. For instance, maybe you went to church, you don't want to do that anymore. Maybe you lived abroad, you don't want to do that anymore. Maybe you are moving abroad because you can't live with your family anymore. Maybe you took some sort of college course, and that those university studies make no sense to you anymore, and you're gonna leave that behind, and you're going to advance in a different direction. This could be also, I just thought of that, is that a spiritual quest of some kind. Maybe during February 2018 you will do some sort of spiritual quest, or even a travel, even traveling, even going backpacking, Gemini. It will take like some sort of spiritual quest form to you. It's almost spiritual to you, but it's like you need to find a spiritual meaning to your life, but somehow it needs to be logical and rational to you. It needs to make sense to you on a logical way. I don't know if I'm making myself understood. I hope so. Then the second card is your obstacles to your priority. You have the Ten of Cups. The obstacles is the fact that you really always get along with your family. Maybe you have always had a happy life with your family. I'm thinking particularly your parents. Maybe they are religious people and they truly believed in going to church or going to the temple or going to the mosque, whatever. But to you, doesn't make sense anymore. But they were always lovely people. And you're feeling guilty of not accompanying them, or not having their values, or not having their spiritual or religious values. There's some sort of guilt that you feel. It's not them, imposing that guilt on you. It's like you put that guilt on yourself, because the obstacle is, I've always felt good with my family. I feel guilty of doing this to them and abandoning their beliefs. Okay? Then the third card is what you can change. You have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. What you can change is this feeling of comfort. You always felt very comfortable, and I would say with your family in your own skin. But somehow, right now, Gemini, you feel you need to go and search for a new spiritual truth, something that makes sense to you. And you need to give up this sense of comfort, this sense of joy, this sense of everything is fine. So it's kind of, you have to force yourself. Now, the fourth card is that which you must accept. You have the Nine of Wands. You have to accept that you need to be vigilant. You have to be vigilant of yourself. I don't feel that others will be attacking you. I think it's you. If you feel too comfortable and with your family, with your life. I'm sorry. It's like this reading is telling me that there's really no reason for you to change the way life is. It seems to be great. It seems to be fabulous. But there's no one is attacking you. You don't feel uncomfortable with people. It's like it's just a spiritual nagging inside of you. It's just a spiritual nagging inside of you. And you, if you don't be vigilant of your need not to do anything, you will not advance spiritually. That's what I'm trying to say. So you can change. What you must accept is that you have to be self-vigilant. Self-vigilant. So what is the progress? What will be the progress during February 2018? You have the Ace of Cups. I do not see this as a love reading. I see this as a brand new beginning, spiritually speaking. This is almost like a spiritual quest, and you go in search of something more in your spirituality. In the Eight of Cups, you see a guy leaving old beliefs behind, an old life behind, an old way of living and believing and all of that, and just advancing on a new path. And on top of that path, you will find the Ace of Cups. You will find a new spiritual truth which makes sense to him, which fulfills him or her on an emotional level. So you will have true emotional and spiritual progress during February 2018, as long as you leave this comfort zone and as long as you are self-vigilant. Okay? So, Gemini, this is the reading that I have for you for February 2018. This is a very general reading. If you'd like a personal consultation, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com and I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye-bye.